Hey there foodies, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into batch cooking, your ultimate money-saving, time-saving kitchen hack. Whether you're cooking for a family, meal prepping for the week, or just trying to save a little extra cash, these batch cooking ideas will change the way you cook forever. Listen, we've all been there, staring into the fridge at the end of a long day wondering what the bloody hell to cook. It's easy to reach for those expensive takeout menus, but I'm here to tell you there's a better way. With a bit of planning and some clever cooking, you can have delicious home-cooked meals ready to go whenever you need them. That's right, we're talking about batch cooking. It's the secret weapon of busy professionals, time-crunch parents, and anyone who wants to eat well without breaking the bank. We'll be whipping up some of my favorite recipes that are perfect for making ahead and enjoying all week long. So put on your aprons, sharpen your knives, and let's get batch cooking. First up, we're making a classic budget-friendly meal, chili. With simple ingredients like beans, ground meat, tomatoes and spices, this hearty dish can be made in bulk and frozen in portions. Here's how I do it. Now listen up, because this is important. We're not talking about some bland, tasteless slop. This is going to be a chili that packs a punch. We're going to start by browning some quality ground beef. Get that nice and crispy, render out the fat, that's where the flavor lives. Next, we'll add some finely chopped onions, garlic and chilies. Don't be shy with the chilies, we want a bit of a kick. Sweat those down until they're soft and fragrant. Now for the good stuff: tomatoes, kidney beans, black beans, cumin, paprika, a touch of cayenne pepper, and don't forget a good glug of beef stock for depth of flavor. Bring this glorious mixture to a boil, then reduce the heat and let it simmer. And I mean simmer, none of that boiling like a volcano business. We want the flavors to meld and develop. The longer it simmers, the better it gets. Trust me on that. While that's bubbling away, let's talk containers. You'll want something freezer safe, something that can handle a bit of heat. Glass containers are fantastic, but good quality plastic ones work a treat too. Portion them out into individual servings or family-sized portions, whatever works for you. Now, once your chili has simmered to perfection, let it cool down completely before you even think about freezing it. Hot food in the freezer is a recipe for disaster, and nobody wants a freezer full of chili icebergs. Once it's cool, slap on those lids, label them with the date, and stack them neatly in your freezer. There you have it, a freezer full of delicious homemade chili ready to go whenever you need a quick and easy meal. No more excuses for ordering in. Next, let's talk about roasted veggies. These are super versatile. You can add them to salads, pair them with grains, or use them as a side dish. Listen, roasting vegetables is one of the simplest yet most rewarding things you can do in the kitchen. It transforms even the most humble veg into something truly spectacular. And the best part, you can roast a whole tray in one go. We're talking carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, zucchini, onions, garlic. The possibilities are endless. Chop them into bite-sized pieces, toss them in a generous glug of olive oil, and season them generously with salt, pepper, and any herbs you fancy. Spread them out in a single layer on a baking tray. And this is important, don't overcrowd the tray. Give those veggies space to breathe. They need room to caramelize and get that beautiful golden brown color. Roast them in a preheated oven at around 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 30 minutes, or until they're tender and slightly charred around the edges. You want that bit of char? That's where the flavor lives. Now, here's the beauty of roasted vegetables. They keep brilliantly in the fridge for up to 4 days. That means you can roast a big batch on a Sunday evening and have them ready to go for salads, sandwiches, or as a side dish throughout the week. They're also fantastic for bulking up soups, stews, and pasta sauces. Just chuck them in towards the end of cooking for an extra boost of flavor and nutrition. Batch cooking isn't complete without grains. I like to make a big pot of rice or quinoa at the start of the week. It's a lifesaver for quick stir-fries, burrito bowls, or even breakfast porridge. Listen, grains are the backbone of a good batch cooking repertoire. They're affordable, versatile, and packed with energy. And let's be honest, no one wants to be faffing about with individual portions of rice every night of the week. A big pot of fluffy rice or quinoa at the start of the week is a game changer. It takes minutes to cook and keeps well in the fridge for days. You can use it as a base for countless meals, or even enjoy it on its own with a dollop of yogurt and some fresh fruit for breakfast. Now let's talk rice. The key to perfect fluffy rice is rinsing it thoroughly before cooking. Get rid of all that excess starch. That's what makes it clumpy and sticky. Once it's rinsed, add it to a pot with the correct ratio of water, usually 1 to 2 and a pinch of salt. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat to low, cover the pot and let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Don't lift the lid, don't stir it, just let it do its thing. Once it's cooked, fluff it up with a fork and you're good to go. Quinoa is another fantastic option. It's a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids, and it's also gluten-free. Rinse it well before cooking, then add it to a pot with twice the amount of water or broth. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes or until the liquid is absorbed and the grains are tender. Once your grains are cooked, spread them out on a baking sheet to cool completely before storing them in an airtight container in the fridge. They'll keep for up to 4 days. Let's step it up with some freezer-friendly meals. These burritos are perfect for grab-and-go lunches or quick dinners. Now, who doesn't love a good burrito? They're packed with flavor, they're portable, and they're incredibly versatile. And the best part? You can assemble a whole batch in advance and freeze them for those days when you need a quick and satisfying meal. First things first, let's talk fillings. You can go classic with seasoned ground beef, black beans, rice, salsa and cheese. Or get creative with roasted vegetables, grilled chicken or tofu, and your favorite sauces. The possibilities are endless. Once you've decided on your fillings, it's time to warm up your tortillas. This is crucial for making sure they're pliable and don't crack when you roll them. You can warm them up one at a time in a dry skillet over medium heat, or wrap a stack of them in a damp paper towel and microwave them for 30 to 60 seconds. Now, the fun part, assembling your burritos. Lay out your tortillas on a clean work surface and spoon a generous amount of filling onto each one, leaving a border around the edges. Don't overfill them or they'll be impossible to roll. Fold in the sides of the tortilla over the filling, then fold up the bottom edge and roll tightly away from you. Once your burritos are assembled, wrap each one individually in aluminum foil, twisting the ends to seal. Label them with the date and freeze them for up to 3 months. When you're ready to eat, simply reheat them in the oven or microwave. Lastly, let's whip up a big batch of soup. Today, I'm making a simple lentil soup with carrots, celery, onions, and broth. Listen, soup is a batch cook's best friend. It's hearty, it's comforting, and it's a fantastic way to use up leftover vegetables. And the best part, it gets even better with time. So make a big pot on the weekend and enjoy it throughout the week. Today we're making a lentil soup that's packed with flavor and nutrition. Start by sautéing some diced onions, carrots and celery in a large pot with a drizzle of olive oil. Cook them until they're softened and fragrant, about 5 to 7 minutes. Add in your lentils. I like to use green lentils for this recipe, but you can use any type you like. Along with some vegetable broth, a bay leaf and a sprig of thyme, bring the mixture to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 20 to 25 minutes, or until the lentils are tender. Now, here's a little chef's secret. For extra creaminess, use an immersion blender to blend a portion of the soup until smooth. This will give it a lovely velvety texture. If you don't have an immersion blender, you can carefully transfer a portion of the soup to a regular blender and blend it until smooth. Season your soup to taste with salt, pepper, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Serve it hot with a dollop of yogurt or a sprinkle of fresh herbs. This soup freezes beautifully. Let it cool completely, then transfer it to freezer-safe containers, leaving a bit of space at the top for expansion. Freeze it for up to 3 months. See how easy it is to save money and time with batch cooking, and with just a little effort up front, you'll have a fridge and freezer full of delicious homemade meals. No more last-minute dashes to the grocery store, no more expensive takeout menus, just wholesome home-cooked meals ready to go whenever you are. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your favorite dish to batch cook? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Save money, eat better, and stress less. See you in the next video.